Hello guys, welcome back to JavaScript tutorial. This is Shoreful. In this lecture we're going to see how to install a real-life editor like VS Code and write your actual JavaScript code and run up through the VS Code. So in our some previous lecture we have seen that we use PlayCode. So PlayCode is the online editor where it is you can write your code and you can play, you can do practice, but in real life you can see it has inbuilt Java HTML file, CSS or JavaScript file, so you can write your HTML code and then you can create your script file inside the index.html, or you can write over here and then you can run and it will show your live view as well as your console view. It's exactly the same idea, the some editor to write your code like Eclipse or like VS Code, and etc. So but in real life we're not going to use this kind of the online based editor. So this is just for practice. In real life you need some sort of real editor where you're going to write your code in your local machine through this editor. You can do the bug finding, everything you can do. So it's example the VS Code. So here as you can see the VS Code. Microsoft VS Code is one of the very famous editor, code editor that's used for specifically for JavaScript. You can write other code too, but it's for JavaScript. VS Code is the one of the best I prefer. Okay, so you need to write your code. You have to create your JS file, and you can create your class, you can create your HTML file, your script file, everything as we did on PlayCode. So how you are going to install and set up your VS Code? Very simple. The first steps, you have to install VS Code. So search on Google, download VS Code or Visual Studio Code, and then you come over here. This is their site, and you can easily download from here as per your operating system. If you have a Windows, you can download this, and then very simple, you just download it and install it and complete the installation. Okay, and after that you will see there is a desktop icon on your machine, and you can open this. You can, when you open this, so when you just open a new window, so when you first time you open, you will find the welcome page, something like this. It will come with this, and then you can close it, this welcome page, and then you can this is your, you can create your your project. So you can create your project. You can create your project. You can create a folder. Project, it means your all the project, it should be belongs to any folder. So you create on any project, any folder, anywhere in your desktop, in your C drive, whatever. So and then you can open the project or that folder after you created for a brand new project through this, like you can see open folder. So if you click on open folder, and then here is example all of your any folder you have on your machine, wherever the folder you created for the project, you just select that that folder, right? Example, say Cypress video or JavaScript, I have a folder, and then you select that. If you have a subfolder, select the root folder and then select the folder. It will automatically come up and as a project, something like that. Like I create a folder, it's like JS_demo. So I open that folder through this, or you can just drag and drop. You can drag and drop that folder to over here. It will automatically open and connected as your project. Now when you write the code in VS Code, so example we have a code here, example, right? So when you write your code, how your code is going to run, because you're writing a JavaScript code over here, and then it should, and this JavaScript mainly nowadays, it's run on your, it's a scripting language, so it's run on your browser, on your runtime on your browser. Even though nowadays JavaScript works in the backend, but that's a different topic. But for mainly it's on your browser. So how your browser can understand this your code? The thing is, this is a pure JavaScript standalone code. So every programming language, we know this, there is a term, it's called compiler. Compiler is nothing like a, it's an engine. It's a, for a JavaScript, it has this also compiler, which is translate your code to your understandable machine language, right? So our browser have to understand this code, so somebody have to translate that code to understandable language. So who's gonna do this? That's the compiler come to the picture. And compiler is nothing, it's called Java's for a JavaScript, it's called engine, just called JavaScript engine, JS engine. So you need a compiler or JavaScript engine on your machine who can translate your code to machine understandable language. So who's gonna do this? To do this, we have some JS engine in the market available, or compiler. One is like Dano. It's nowadays it's getting famous, and one of the most famous is Node.js. So we're going to talk about Node.js. It's up to you, what's which one you will use. But Node.js nowadays is very famous. It has very different machine, different environment compatible version. So whether you have a Mac or you have a Windows, so download that MSI file. So if it's a Windows or if it's a Mac, you download this. Whether it's a 64, it's mainly it's most of the computer is 64. So download this as part of your operating system. You download that your file, your Node.js file, and just it's very simple. You click on, say you have a 64-bit. So for Windows installer, don't download the binary. So this is a zip file. You don't need it. You need .msi for Windows, and then you need for Mac, you need also the installer one, not the binary one, as per your bits. And you click on download it, and a very simple like installation, like other the file or software you install. Click next, accept the terms and condition, and you're done. Okay, and after that you have to, how you're gonna confirm it's installed properly on your machine? It's very simple. You can open your Windows command prompt, or you can open your bash, git bash. So let me open my git bash. Git bash. So here is my git bash, and then you can search, you can verify that whether the Node.js was installed properly or not. It's very simple. You just type node and then space and then dash v. Means stands to version. So it will tell you what version you have installed Node.js on your machine. Hit enter. You can see it's showing in my machine. It's a version 12.61. So this is the version is I have in your machine. Not necessarily you need the same version. You may have the updated version for sure. So so just to make sure that it will tell you the specific version you have. So it means you have that Node.js on your machine installer already installed on your machine. So you are good to go. Okay. So after that, let's go back to our VS Code. Let's create some file. So we can create, so assume that you have a project, whatever the project, like JS demo. So let's create a file. How are you gonna create a file? So example, click up here, you create a file. So I would say index.html. okay, so this is my index.html. So you will see the interesting part of index. For VS Code, and there is a lots of extension you can see. If you click on over here, you can find a code runner. So code runner will help you to run your code by right click, and then there is a ptr, the ptr, and you will find there's a lot of other you can find Babel. You can find there is another one. It's called Babel. Babel, it makes a color your syntax. We see this when you write your code. It's very colorful code, right? So this is the one of the extension can help you. So you can install this Babel ES6 ES7, so you can install. I have already installed it, so you can see there's a, your code is very colorful, so your syntax is very colorful. So this is the extension can help you. So there is lots of tons of extension is comes with this VS Code. This is one of the very benefit, like using real code editor like VS Code. So you can install that. And so let's get back to our extension. So our index.html. So we're going to write some. So for this is index.html, we know this is pure HTML file. So it comes with the index HTML structure, like a skeleton, right? So we know this comes with the HTML, and inside there is a header, there is some then body, and then you fill up your body. So instead of writing all those things, the empty skeleton of HTML code, simply you can by one click, by one command, you can bring up that. So if you're following me, so just simply click on explanation sign. So explanation sign, and then not too many, so just simply one explanation sign, and then hit tab. You see, so explanation plus with the tab key on your keyboard, it's bring up the skeleton of HTML code, which comes through Emmet. So Emmet brings a lot of fantastic features that's embedded with VS Code that makes your life easier and very smooth. Okay, so that's the it comes up, and then now you have a body over here. If you want, you can say example you want to write a header. So all you have just H1 and then hit a tab. You can see that's automatically it's created opening and closing tag. So it's very easy and very time it save you time too. So what we're going to do, let's create another script.js file. So this is the HTML file. Create another script.js file, and we'll make a connect between the script and HTML code, and we'll run very simple one HTML page. So to do this, again, simple create a file, new file, and just give a name demo script. Say demo script.js. Okay. So here I created demo script.js, but there's nothing yet. Okay, so let's put over here, go back to our HTML code, and here come to the very end of your body, and let's make a connect with this demo script. Assume that this is your script file, and we'll put some script over here that will impact some of your on your HTML code. It will run through your HTML code, because we know that it's script JavaScript. It needs to run through your HTML code, whether you put the HTML script code over here inside the embedded over here, or you create a separate file and you make a connection between the HTML and the script. So we're going to create it over here. So we're saying script script. Okay, so script over here, what's your here, we're going to, you have to tell where is the source file. Source equals to, you have to give a name. Where is the source file? It's a demo script. This is your source. Sometimes you need to put the dot and slash. That's it's give you the directory path, which is because your demo script is on your project level, so it's give you the relative directory path of your script file. So this is the source. So now whatever you type over here, it will be impact here. Okay, so that's the very simple way you can literally make a connection between your script file and with the index HTML file. So let's over here, I would say H1 and then tab. So I'm going to say over here hello world, or welcome to Box Automation Lab. Okay, so this is one header I create, so it should say you the welcome to Codenbox Automation Lab. Okay, and make sure you saved it. Save it. Now, you can save, you can keep it auto save. There is an option, it's auto save, so if you do it, it'll automatically save it. Let's run it. So see that how we can run it. So let me bring up my folder for project. So here is my folder. Here you can see the index.html file, and I have a demo script, as well as I have two more JS file. So our project is based on this index.html file. So just open it, right click. You can open on Chrome or any other, it's up to you. So I'm going to run on Chrome. Here we go. It's open on another. Okay, so here is the thing. You can see it's welcome to Codenbox Automation Lab, right? So this is the whatever we wrote there, it comes here, right? Welcome to Codenbox Automation Lab. Let me make it smaller, it's easier, right? So now I have how we are going to see if I write something over here, like our code, our script code is getting translated and it's showing up there. How are you going to say? So the JavaScript, one of the reasons that people they use, that's bring a dynamic behavior to your HTML, the element, web element. So in this lecture, we're not going to bring any dynamic behavior, but we'll see this. Still our code in JavaScript file, it's reflecting in our browser. How do we do this? So let's see. We're going to put very simple command console.log, and then we'll see hello. Okay, so I saved hello. So this console.log, if I just separate individually, I run it, you can see if I just run code, you will see it's hello, it shows here. So since it is also this script file also embedded, it's have a connection over here with our HTML code, so it should show over here too, right, in our browser. So why is that? How can I find it? So if we just right click, inspect it, and then let's make it bigger, and then let's open this. Here, go to the console, and now refresh it. Hello, you can see here is a hello. Okay, so this hello is coming from our JavaScript file, JavaScript JS file, right? So this is the proof that you can tell that your JavaScript is working through your HTML file in your browser. So okay, so that's the pretty much simple way to show you how to install your VS Code, how it works. So what is the JavaScript compiler or JavaScript engine like a Node.js that you need to install, and how we can verify it and you run it. Okay, so that's all for today. Hope you can follow it. Let me know if you have any issue, comments below, and stay tuned. Lots to learn, and see you next time. Bye bye.